when a proud police officer humiliated Amelia Jones in front of her children. He had no idea she was the judge who would soon decide his fate. The incident, captured on video, set the stage for a courtroom showdown that would end his career and make him a symbol of the fight against systemic bias. Amelia Jones, a poised woman in her 40s, stands in the center of a bustling community playground, surrounded by lush greenery. She watches her two young sons laugh and play, their carefree voices filling the warm afternoon air. Amelia, tall and graceful in a light summer dress, exudes quiet strength. Her gentle smile reflects warmth, but behind her calm eyes lies a depth of resilience. As her sons run around, their laughter blending with the rustling leaves, Amelia feels a rare sense of peace. Here, in this space, she can let go of the weight she carries daily in her work. She is a judge, responsible for deciding the fates of others, and her job has shown her the worst and the best of humanity. But today, here, she's simply a mother enjoying her children's happiness. Suddenly, this tranquil scene shatters. Frank Hudson, a stern, middle-aged police officer with a gruff appearance, strides onto the playground. His gaze is sharp, his jaw tight, and his expression hardened by years on the job. There's an edge to him, a look of someone who has seen too much, grown weary, and lost the ability to approach people with compassion. Frank's eyes zero in on Amelia and her sons. His face tightens, a look of suspicion and disdain darkening his features. Without warning, he approaches Amelia, cutting through the children's laughter with his harsh presence. "This doesn't seem like a place for you and your kids," he states, his words carrying a thinly veiled threat. Amelia looks at him, slightly taken aback, but she quickly regains her composure. With a calm yet firm voice, she replies, "My children are playing here just like everyone else. This is a public space." Her response only fuels Frank's irritation. His voice rises and his words take on a sharper, more aggressive edge. "People like you always think you're above the rules," he sneers, his tone dripping with disdain. His gaze flickers between Amelia and her children with an expression of open hostility. Amelia's children notice the change in tone, sensing the tension. They move closer to their mother, their small hands clutching her dress, their innocent eyes filled with confusion. Amelia feels their small bodies pressing into her, a reminder of their vulnerability. Her heart aches at the thought of them witnessing this confrontation. Frank's anger escalates. His words turn into subtle insults, questioning her presence in this community, his voice rising with each remark. His disdain becomes clear, and he doesn't hold back, even slipping into racially charged comments. Amelia's face remains calm, but beneath her composed exterior, a spark of anger ignites. With each word he hurls at her, Amelia feels her dignity and her very place in this community being attacked. She feels a strong urge to respond, to defend herself and her children, but she remembers her position. And more importantly, she is keenly aware of the eyes of her young boys looking up at her, taking in every moment. In this instant, she's not just a mother, but also a role model for them. Drawing her children closer, Amelia takes a deep breath, choosing to stand firm. Her silence, filled with dignity, she holds her head high, embodying the quiet strength she has cultivated over years of facing challenges. Her silence, her calm resolve, only seems to enrage Frank further. His voice grows louder, his accusations more baseless, until he's practically shouting. A few bystanders have gathered, some casting worried glances, others pulling out their phones to record the incident. Amelia notices the phones, but she stays focused on Frank, refusing to let him see her flinch. She knows this confrontation has crossed into public humiliation, but she remains composed, her expression one of unshakable calm. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, Frank hurls a final insult and leaves, muttering under his breath. Amelia's heart is pounding, but she remains steady, refusing to let him see her shaken. She looks down at her sons who cling to her, their faces etched with confusion and fear. With a reassuring smile, she gently strokes their hair, grounding herself in their presence. That night, as Amelia tucks her sons into bed, she reflects on the incident. Her boys, though young, understood enough to feel the sting of what happened. She sees the question in their eyes, the silent why that lingers. There are times in life when people will treat us unfairly, she tells them, but we have to remember who we are. We must stand strong and hold on to our dignity, no matter what. They listen, nodding sleepily, her words soaking in the quiet of their room. The next morning, Amelia enters the courthouse with an air of steely resolve. Dressed in a perfectly tailored suit, she looks every bit the respected judge she is. Today, however, isn't just another case. It's a moment of reckoning, not only for Frank, but for everyone who has ever faced prejudice and discrimination at the hands of those who misuse their authority. When Frank walks into the courtroom, his self-assured stride falters. His gaze lands on Amelia, seated at the judge's bench, wearing her judicial robe. His face pales as the realization dawns on him. He is now at her mercy. The power dynamic has completely shifted. Amelia begins the session, her voice calm, professional, and controlled. She reviews the charges against Frank with an air of impartiality, not letting a trace of personal vendetta seep into her tone. Witness after witness takes the stand, each recounting incidents of Frank's abusive power, each one mirroring Amelia's own experience from the playground. As the hours stretch on, the evidence mounts. Video footage plays, showing the playground incident. The room falls silent as everyone watches Frank's aggression toward Amelia unfold on the screen. His words, his hostility, and the fear in Amelia's children's faces are now on display for all to see. Frank sits there visibly shaken, absorbing the enormity of the situation. His usual arrogance is stripped away, replaced by a look of desperation. He realizes he's trapped in a situation of his own making, unable to escape the consequences of his actions. Finally, it's time for Amelia to deliver her verdict. She stands, her gaze unyielding, her voice firm and resolute. Law enforcement exists to protect and serve the community, not to abuse or intimidate. Prejudice and abuse of power are not merely individual choices, but fundamental betrayals of public trust. Today, I am issuing a strict sentence to remind all that no one, especially those in positions of authority, is above the law. The weight of her words reverberates through the courtroom. Reporters quickly take notes, capturing every word. The story spreads, sparking conversations about systemic discrimination and the responsibilities of law enforcement. Frank, defeated and broken, leaves the courtroom with his head down. His career, his reputation, everything he once relied on, is gone. He realizes too late that his actions have forever changed his life. As Amelia leaves the courthouse, a sense of peace washes over her. She has not only upheld justice, but has also shown her sons the importance of standing up for oneself and others. When she returns home, she holds her children close, knowing that this day and the lessons it brought will remain with them forever. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the Story Hub and hit the bell icon to stay updated on more stories that uncover the truth.